Hello, and welcome to Alpha Insight Podcast, where I will be discussing real-world issues that need to be talked about. Here you will learn how to have a strong mind in a world of weak-minded people. I use not only experience and opinion to back up the topics discussed, but also statistics. I'm your host, Jameson, and this is the Alpha Insight Podcast. The topic of today is going to be very, very good. I'm actually very excited for this one. All right, so it's going to be men at work. The Bible verse I'm going to go over today is going to be 2 Thessalonians 3:10, and that says, "For even when we were with you, we would give you this command. If anyone is not willing to work, let him not eat. For we hear that some among you walk in idleness, not busy at work, but busybodies." And that is the New King James Version. People are so incredibly lazy. It amazes me. It truly amazes me. I wanted to talk about working hard and working for what you have and what you want to have. I've noticed in this society today, basically what we're being told is, if you're uncomfortable, you don't have to do it. If, it's okay to just you don't have to put in the work. If it's uncomfortable, you should always be comfortable. And that's where I disagree with society, because if you're never going to, be uncomfortable as a human, as a person who wants to grow and learn, you should be uncomfortable, like, at all times. Because without uncomfort, there is no growth, or very little growth. Uncomfort is where we learn a lot of the lessons that we have. If you want to be rich, but you don't want to work for it, that's not how it works, Come on now. Let's be realistic here. If you want these things, you have to work for it. If you want a good body, you have to work for it. So the reason I'm talking about this topic today is actually because we've become so lazy in this generation of young people, teens. The average teen spends 7 hours and 22 minutes looking at screens every single day. The screen time average has increased by 2 hours since 2015. Teenage boys are actually worse. They're 1 hour more than teenage girls. Teenage boys actually averaging at 9 hours and 16 minutes and girls at 8 hours and 2 minutes. So I don't know how the average overall is 7 minutes, 20 or 7 hours. I don't even know, but okay. This is proving my point though. 8 hours, 9 hours, even 7 hours. Come on. Even like 4 or 5 hours, that's a lot of screen time every day. Let's be honest. Every single day, you have the opportunity to become better than you were yesterday. And that's not going to happen if you're sitting on your phone watching TikToks in your bedroom. I'm sorry, but you're being lazy. 69% of Americans are obese. That's 2 out of 3 adults are obese. That's insane. All right. Let's look at a couple more facts here. So, 69% of people are obese, right? Yeah, that's a pretty darn good number. Like, that's way up there. That number should not be as high as it is. But, it's okay. Society's telling us that it's okay to be fat and it's okay to be lazy and sit on our phones every day, sitting in our bedroom being total vegetables, like doing nothing with our lives. The average percent of people who work out, 28% of Americans are exercising enough. That is insane. 28%. Why are these numbers so low, people? Everybody should be working out. Everybody. It doesn't matter if you're fat, you're skinny, you're whatever. Everybody should be working out. It not only improves your mental health, it improves your, so many things. I don't even know what it improves. Everything. But what I'm saying is, I wanted to give you a little bit of these statistics to show you 8 hours a day on screens. Are you kidding me? Like, these are teens. What are you doing? That's not acceptable. What are you expecting to how are you expecting to get any better? You're just wasting your potential and your time at that point. It's like incredible. These statistics is why I wanted to make this episode today, because I wanted to show you, I'd say even above 3 hours is a lot of screen time. Unless you're like working and like that's what you do for work, is you're on a computer typing in stuff for work or whatever. I don't know. I'm saying all that time you're spending looking at Instagram or TikToks or making these stupid dancing videos or watching movies. And I used to be a crazy movie guy. I still am. I love movies. I used to watch like one, maybe even 2 movies every day, along with all my other screen time. The hours were adding up, let me tell you. And I changed that up, and I was like, you know what? Instead of that hour and a half of movie time I have every night, I'm going to fill in that gap with something else. I'm going to fill that in with my podcast. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to commit that time to something that's going to better me. And you know what? It helps. I'm growing in my abilities and skills rather than sitting on the floor looking like a vegetable, you know? I'm listening to audiobooks. You know, I think audiobooks are very good. Why would you expect, like, you want life to be going great for you? And so laziness is literally you inviting depression into your life. The lazier you are, the more you're doing nothing, the more of a chance you're going to have of being depressed. That's like you inviting depression into your life. That's the easy way to depression. You know, because the less you work, the less you're going to feel confident. The less you're going to feel good about yourself, the less you're going to feel accomplished. If you think about it, you're sitting at home like, I'm bored, I don't know what to do. Come on, people. If you're just going to sit there scrolling all day, no wonder why you're all depressed. No wonder why you're insecure, because you don't do anything to make yourself feel accomplished for the day. Get to the gym. Do something productive, something that's making you better as a person, something that's making the people around you better as people, you know? But we're taught in society, they're telling us it's okay to be fat. It's okay to just, if you're uncomfortable, why should you have to do the hard work? You don't deserve that. And it's like, yes, everybody should be doing hard work, because that's how you get strong-minded people. The more uncomfortable you get and the more like comfortable with the uncomfort you are, the stronger minded you're gonna be. Because if you think about it, the strongest people are never ever gonna be the people who never experienced any pain in their lives. The strongest people, they went through it, you know? Those people had to go through the hardest things, because without pain, there is no strength. You have to go through the hard times so that you can come out on the other side as a stronger person. I'm very, very thankful for my past. My past was very, very intense, and I was suicidal for a very long time, and I was like, don't tell me you can't. Jameson, I'm too sad to go get out of bed. I'm too sad to... No, I've been there. I've taken off time from work in the past because I was so depressed that I couldn't get myself out of bed. I was so depressed. I attempted suicide. I understand what it feels like. And let me tell you, the more you give into it, it's not going to get better. But the more you face it head on and you really try and fight it, that's where you start growing, and that's where you start getting stronger. I would not be the person I am today, and I wouldn't have the understanding I do right now without my past. Because as hard as the past was for me, I'm a lot stronger of a person for it. If I had the easiest life and I never had a care in the world, and I never had to worry about anything, I'd probably have that victim mindset, that a lot of you have. So many people have the victim mindset. You think you deserve this or that. You think you deserve this money, or you think you deserve a good relationship. You think you deserve fill in the blank, really. The victim mindset, it's going to tell you, I'm sick of hearing these people tell me that they deserve things when they're not willing to work hard for what they even have. It's like, why? Just recently, okay, this is a good one. So just recently on Easter, we were going Easter egg hunting, and there was an egg that had a $100 bill in it. And everybody was searching for that special egg, and my sister found it. No, I don't even know. Somebody else found it. I know I didn't. Somebody else found it, and I was mad. I was angry. I had it in my head that was supposed to be mine and then I took a step back, and I ended up getting $20 out of it. And my other little sister, she didn't find any money, and I was like, I took a step back. I was like, I'm so angry that I didn't win this $100 bills, this $100 bill, when I have a job. My little siblings, they're not even old enough to work. What? And it's like, this money was not even mine in the first place. Why am I getting upset about something that's not even mine to begin with? Because I had that victim mentality. I was so selfish. I was angry that somebody else got it and I didn't. And I had to take a step back. I'm like, hey man, what is going on? That money, it wasn't mine to begin with. I have a job. I should have been happy for whoever got that money, I should have been excited for them, because they got it. That's great. Amazing. But I was angry that I didn't get it. And that's how people are these days. It's like, I don't even know. And so at the end of the day, I ended up giving my little sister my $20 bill, and I was like, I gave it to her because I didn't need that reward. I was thinking about it, and I was like, I have a job. She doesn't. She's 9 years old, and I was sitting here like greedy over $20. I'm 18 years old. What's going on here? And then I gave it to her because I was disgusted with myself. I was like, am I actually really upset that I didn't win all this money? I was disgusted. No, I'm supposed to be happy for you. And that's where our society is. It's like, somebody's doing something great with their lives and everybody thinks they deserve it instead. No, that person that's successful, that person that's rich or has that great whatever, they got there because they worked their butt off. And you think you deserve it sitting at home being a vegetable all day with 9 hours of screen time every day, and they were out there putting in the work every single day so that they could be where they are. You don't deserve that. They do, because they actually took the time to put in the work for what they have. I guess I should have had a little bit more information, like factual stuff. But I think that was enough right now. I think it's going a lot better. It's like people these days are so selfish, and trust me, I'm there. I catch myself all the time being so selfish, and I'm like, dude, what the heck is wrong with me? Why am I? I'm not trying to condemn you here. I'm trying to open your eyes so you could see the work that other people put in to be successful, and they get their income, they get back the reward. It's because they put in the work, and they deserve that. You can't be jealous of somebody for working hard. I'm trying to tell you, we need to stop being so lazy, because laziness is like, first of all, laziness is like 100%. It causes more depression, more insecurities, and all that. The harder you're going to work, the more proud of yourself you're going to be, the more like strong-minded you're going to be. Like, if you put yourself in those uncomfortable situations that are gonna suck, you're gonna be stronger afterwards because of it. Take the time sometime to just look at yourself. Take the time to just, every day I like to play this little game. I'm like, what did I learn today? What was God teaching me today? He teaches you a lot if you just sit back and actually look at your behavior during the day. Sometimes you look at the day and you're like, holy crap, I was so selfish. I'm so like, wow, that's so awful. I can't believe I did that, or I said that, or whatever. We can be incredibly nasty people without even realizing it until you take that time to look at yourself and, wow, you know what? I do have some stuff to work on. And we all do. Everybody does. Don't ever tell me that you're perfect, because nobody is perfect. If we were all perfect, there'd be no need for God. And I feel like that's what society's teaching us right now. It's like, you're perfect the way you are. No, you're not. We never can be. And I like to, the way I motivate myself a lot of times is I beat myself up. You know, it's not a great thing to do, but that's what motivates me, I guess. I tell myself, I'm like, you know what? You're not good enough. You didn't work hard enough. You know, you're not exhausted yet. You need to work harder. That's what gets me going. But the Bible clearly tells us, if you don't work, you don't eat. And that's also saying you're going to get out as much as you put in. You decide to work 20 hours a week, you're going to get that 20 hours money. You put that 40 hours in, you're going to be making a lot more. You know why? Because you put the work in. It's that simple. You decide to start listening to audiobooks or reading books about your personal development, or you start doing some research on whatever, you're going to get better at that thing because you're putting in the work for it. You're trying to learn. You're trying to grow. But if you're sitting at home watching TikToks and Instagram all day, what are you expecting to get out of this? You're lazy. Come on. Like, go to the gym. I don't know. Anyways, that's going to be the closer of today's episode. Thanks for listening to Alpha Insight Podcast. Today we went over the importance of working hard for what you earn and get. I'm so very glad I went over this episode, because I think it's a very important thing to look at in today's day and age, where we're taught that everything's handed to us and that it's okay to be lazy. Some takeaways is be the harder worker. Outwork everybody in the room, and if you can do that on a daily basis, you are going to be successful. I'm your host, Jameson Riling, and I hope you listen in on the next episode.